Welcome to another one of my Casting the Casters sessions. I'm going to be picking on RagingBlueberry again in this next one. I cast one of his casts a few moments ago, one of his games, sorry, a few moments ago, and it was a bit of a quick one, so I thought I'd cast another one here just to give him another fair crack at the whip. Now, I also said in the last video, I think it was a 1v1, but it is, yeah, it's a ladder ranking 1v1, that's why his rating looks so low on here, but I'm getting the impression just from looking at some of the cast that may be a bit of a new player as well, but a great caster. Keep making the videos, absolutely love the videos, and that is in no way me bad mouthing you either, because I'm terrible at this game. People like Speed 2 and Brinko Insanity make the game look easy. It isn't, it's exceptionally difficult. Right, explanations out of the way, it's time to get on with the cast. So as I say, it's 1v1 ladder match on Open Zeta. I've never actually seen this map before. This is the first time I've ever seen it played, so we'll be taking a look at that. His opponent today is Sanko, who is rank 188, so a good few rungs above Mr. Blueberry. Sanko's down in the bottom right here, and we'll be going Cybran. And RagingBlueberry taking UEF at the top. Now there is something odd here at the beginning of the game I'm noticing already. I'm going to speed it up a bit, but Sanko hadn't even started to build any. Also, when I watched this through before, I noticed Blueberry made a mistake that I always make. You set your commander to build a factory, not realising that there's rocks and reclaim underneath the damn thing, so he has to walk over, do the reclaim, turn around, walk away before he even starts building the factory. Not much of an advantage, but you can see it gives Sanko an advantage in that he's going to have his factory finished first up, producing units, and Blueberry's going to be behind right from the very get-go. Happens to me all the time. It's a pain in the backside, but you just need to be careful where you're placing your factories at the beginning there, so your commander doesn't have to do any walking. Ideally, at the beginning of the game, your commander wants to stay still and be able to build everything around him without going too far at all. The sooner you can get those buildings, power stations and everything up, the better. So you can see Blueberry's factory came online there a little bit after. Has got his first PJ out. Sorry, his first mech. Sanko's got a PJ now. The customary GLHFs, good looks, have funds. Sanko's going for a dual land factory, it looks like there. Blueberry's moving his commander forward to capture some of those mexes and I don't know, but I'm going to assume Blueberry might be power stalling again. Well, he's not power stalling yet, but doesn't seem to build enough power. He has got another P-gen coming online, but I don't know if that's... yeah, that's going to balance him out, actually. So, ignore me, he balanced that just nicely, it looks like. He's now getting his hydrocarbon online, which will balance it out further. Give him a little bit of a boost. Sanko, on the other hand, is power stalling. Could be causing problems. Why is that? Just not enough pigeons. I'm trying to build that in the land factory. Building more factories is a bad move when you are already power stalling. That's an air factory, I believe, actually. Yeah, T1 air factory. Bad move when you're power stalling building factories. It just uses far too much energy. But he's starting to expand nicely. I'm just going to knock the speed up a little bit while we get out of the beginning of the game. There we go, hydrocarbon online for Blueberry. Still a way to go for Sanko. Although he is winning in points. You can see Blueberry almost has double the power. Oh, it did almost have double the power. Some early units. We've got Blueberry going in for a bit of aggression straight down the middle, but going to run straight into Sanko's hunters and Medusas. Got a couple of mantis going out wide and round. Generally speaking, not always the case, but if you're going for a bit of early aggression, it's good to go wide and try and sneak up the outside of your opponent's base. I was going to say backside, but that just sounds wrong. Sneak up the outside and see if you can snag a few engineers. See here, Sanko's got 1, 2 engineers. Going to go to town on that. Mass extractor now. Blueberry tries to get some units over to it. Plenty of reclaim on this map. We're quite loads of rocks. Just start working that other mass extractor now. Blueberry should have enough units there to deal with it. Took 2/3 of its health off though. Hanging on there by its skin of its teeth really. A T1 bomber up for Blueberry and a T1 gunship up for Sanko. Gunships can be very annoying in this game. So can bombers, and to be honest, in this case, Blueberry looks like he's got enough interceptors to be able to deal with any kind of air harassment that Sanko may throw his way. Got some units marching out across the front of the map, a quick mantis and anti-air, some reducers going up against the strikers. UEF have the stronger T1, well, the stronger units all round really. Those mantis can be very annoying, very quick, very light on the feet, and can skirt around the most. Much scouting been done, no radars for Blueberry. One down here for Sanko. But if Blueberry or Sanko were paying attention, they could have easily gone round the edge with those units and coming round the back of their opponent's base. Sanko has put a PD up here to try and stop that happening. Quick look at the ecos. Seem to be balancing out, although Blueberry's gone the other way with his power now and he's overflowing massively. That's one thing I do a lot though, and I don't see it as being a big problem otherwise, other than obviously you're wasting a lot of mass. That gunship there has been a little bit of pain in the backside. I think that's, yeah, 2 mass extractors it's managed to take out before it got shot down. Looks like Sanko's overwhelming Blueberry a little bit here with units. We should have continued that push though. Blueberry deciding that a PD's a good idea to try and hold these units off. Which it will do a good job indeed. There are 3 Medusas there though, so they could take them down for you. Blueberry's wanting with his ACU, com, whatever. To help take those units down as well. Another gunship out for Sanko. Everything's still T1. The gunship deciding to take on the ACU, which I think is a bit of a silly mistake. If you've got complete air dominance, then yeah, by all means go for it, but it would have been better to get that gunship around the back. Perhaps try and take out another mass extractor, some power. You're never going to take out the ACU with one gunship, or not a T1 gunship anyway. So exactly what I was talking about here. Blueberry has tried to sneak around the back, unfortunately. For him, Sanko does have a radar, so saw that coming, and also had a big group of units there waiting. Blueberry certainly seems to have air control now. I'm thinking about getting some gunships of my own. mobile anti-air and static anti-air over at Sanko's base. Maybe not a good plan. Sanko's gone T2 land now. Just seen the first hoplites coming up. Great at taking out units from a distance. Absolutely zero energy on hoplites though. I play a lot of Cybran myself, and I think the trick to Cybran is to mass spam your T1 stuff. Seems to work for me anyway. Absolutely hammer it with the Medusas and the Mantis, while taking up to Tech 3 as quickly as possible and getting that Spider out, getting the Monkey Lord online. Certain maps you can do that in 11 minutes, 12 minutes, get a Monkey Lord out, whilst continuously spamming Medusas and Mantis. And that's it, there's very little MP can do about it. See a big engagement going off down here. You can see the difference that one hotline makes, T2 against T1. Should be microwaving it a bit more and keeping it further away though. It's better for its range. You can see the problem here is that a lot of these units are just hitting the side of that wall. The reverse is true. The Mantis are just shooting into the floor in front of them. I need to find a new button for controlling my microphone. I think the scroll wheel is what I'm using. That means I'm scrolling off in all kinds of random directions sometimes. Yeah, those gunships. If I was Sanko now, I'd have just stopped producing gunships because they're just not going to get very far. T1 bombers, again, they're doing some good, I suppose. They're helping soften up these units, but for the mass investment, it's just not worth it. Rhino, well, we had a Rhino on the field, but that's just been taken out with those PDs. It's a good idea to try and micro units a little more, in that keeping your anti-air to the back rather than pushing it forward. There's no point sending it in against those PDs, it can't do anything. Keep it at the back of your units there so it can take down any harassing air units. There are a load of mexes that have just not been taken, I don't understand. Loads around the top, down the sides, in the middle. Blueberry's got one T2. T2 for Sanko as well. Ecos are about the same. Well, the loads more power for Sanko, but I would assume it's been wasted. Yeah, it's overflown by almost 1,000. See another engagement here in the middle of the hump of this hill. As I say, I've never played this map before, but I'd be looking to try and capture the top of that hill if I could, and get some PDs up and I get my units up on top of it. Very hard to attack when somebody's above you shooting down. Those rhinos are incredibly hard. They can certainly take a licking and keep on ticking. Mongoose, not the best choice up against the rhinos really. Excellent for taking out lots of spammy T1 units, not so good for taking out anything serious. Although we do have some pillars now. You can see there the rhino's got 1900 hit points. Pillars only 1500. only have 650. We've got a T2 gunship, but just to notice it got taken down. And I really can't understand why these mass extractors around the sides have not been taken. You can see Sanko is taking some of the middle ones now and seems to be trying to put a claim on this hill in the middle. Corsair, another T2 fighter bomber. It's one of my favourite tactics is the Corsair for Cybran. As well as trying to get up to the Monkey Lord, I like to get up to T2 air, get between 10 and 12, 10 and 15 Corsairs out, and then try and snipe out the enemy ACU. Blueberry building here, building a static artillery. I suppose on this map, it's still not worth it really. You can see that's going to be its range, it's just not worth it. A major engagement now. Close BDs. Looks like it might just go Blueberry's way, but we'll lose a lot. It doesn't want to sit units still. One of the worst things you can do in this game is not micro units. If you're under attack, you want to be moving because you're going to take less hits. I've almost got that artillery up and running, but it's only going to be able to fire down to just be on the hill, so if we could have captured the hill and built it a bit further forward then maybe, but I think it's a heavy mass investment. It takes a lot of energy as well. Energy's on the slide down there. Another engagement. Sanko just keeps continuing to push. More T2 gunships as well. And you can see that artillery's firing, but if the units are moving, it's just not going to hit them. There you go. I was just going to say, I hadn't got a radar to even see where. Give the artillery some targets. See, those gunships have gone round the back now, starting to work on Blueberry's power. 2 radar, and yeah, now he's power stalling. In comes another Corsair. That's really going to be hurting. It's almost impossible to come back. He needs to turn that radar off. Trying to build some more T1 P-gens, and there we go. He's given up. Decided enough's enough. Once that power stall kicks in, then it can be very disheartening when you're trying to combat a never-ending stream of units from your other player. Yeah, need to keep an eye on that power. Need to capture more of the mass extractors, and static artillery is just not a good idea. Otherwise, I think it was a fairly balanced game. Was doing well, and maybe could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I'm guilty of that myself. I'm guilty of a lot of these things. Other than that, well played. Just unlucky you had to quit out. I'm assuming it's because you just decided the power stall was enough. Something else may have happened, but yeah. Please continue to watch the videos, subscribe, like the videos. I need 500 subscribers so I can get my own custom YouTube URL, which would be nice. Thanks again.